We are live, but I haven't switched over yet.
I was about to say, I'm like feeling for something so I can.
Yeah, the audio has been switched, but I haven't transitioned. Over.
No one heard that.
All right, you ready?
Should. We are a professional on this podcast.
Hold on a second. Let me bring levels down a little bit because we're pretty loud.
Yeah, try not to kill their ears or ours. I mean,
Well, I don't want to peak it and then. Can you hear me now? Good, kind of loud.
can you hear me now?
All right, there we go. All right, ready?
Yeah, good to go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Spidercast Podcast, where the father and his son go down the rabbit hole talking tech, gaming, and, well, sometimes me in life. Haven't really done that one in a while.
Yep, we haven't done this in a few weeks. Well, sort of.
We did do an episode where it was the Hot Ones Challenge. It wasn't really that hot, but you were thinking about doing a second one of that.
Yes, we're gonna have a repeat of that, but that one we're gonna do live.
And we're gonna post all of these afterwards on the YouTube channel now.
Yes, we got a new YouTube channel. Do a search for Spidercast Podcast. I apologize, we haven't got a link yet because obviously it's a brand new channel, so we don't have our customs links.
No, but there is like a certain link that will take you.
I need to build a short link. And I will do that by the time the next podcast comes out. So I apologize for everybody. I'm a little.
And we will have it
on that.
on the Twitch channel and in the description.
Yep, I'll have it posted in the description. It'll also be posted if you're listening to this in the audio podcast format. We'll have that by the next podcast. So,
yeah, we'll have that.
but I think we got enough content on there now. It should, if you search Spidercast Podcast, I think it'll show up. I'll have to search it myself and find out. But if you missed out on the Hot Ones episode, I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel because it is posted there and check it out. We're for anybody that might be listening on the audio podcast, yeah. So Spidercast Podcast comes up. So
yeah, all the episodes that we have up show up. You have the Modern Visions Media channel, which I think we're going to switch all the stuff from over there to mine.
Yep, that's
And
coming. We're going to switch everything over because we were
the ones that you guys want to look for is My Life is Austin.
Yep, that's his YouTube channel.
That's where basically everything that I'm going to be doing is going to come up on Twitch first, and I'm going to upload it onto YouTube shortly after that.
And we do Anchor is our podcast service, and then it feeds out to most of the other podcast services. Sorry. Yes, but so we're back.
Finally.
Yep, and we should be back on regular schedule hopefully after this week.
Next week we're going to be talking about Origins.
Yes, we will be talking about we'll be talking about Origins. We're also going to
finish out the E3 discussions.
Yeah, we'll finish out any E3 discussion. Unfortunately, we've only had time to sit down and watch the Xbox E3 conference because Jiminy Christmas, these things are getting ridiculously long. I mean, they're 3 hours a piece.
Nope. Xbox wasn't 3 hours. That was like an hour and 43 minutes. Which is actually reasonably short.
Well,
Square Enix does a little bit longer one. Sony always had
Bethesda,
a longer one.
I think, showing 3 hours. No, I don't know.
Ubisoft should have had like a decent one tonight.
Ubisoft. Well, I think it's tonight.
It should have started like 4.
Yeah.
So 4 hours ago. So it should be done.
Yeah.
We'll watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, and last year we did the reactions, and
yeah, we did the reactions live,
and we didn't do that this year for 2 reasons. One, those are long, drawn out videos
where basically we just chatted about
what we're seeing,
big highlights and whatnot, and what we were actually excited for versus actually watching the whole thing and then going, but wait, where is this?
Yeah. So we decided kind of this year, partly because of the situation with you, that the reason you weren't allowed to really stream, and
bigger reason was computer was fried.
Well, your computer.
Yeah, my computer was fried. It was toasted.
Well, his power supply is going out. For anybody that maybe knew, a couple of episodes ago, we started an episode on his machine, and it just like
we
it was.
started up twice on my machine, and then we had to come in here and finish that episode.
Yeah, and then we came in here and finished the episode.
But
99%
week-
sure the power supply is.
But
was
it's like this
messed
week or
up.
tomorrow, it's getting fixed.
Yeah, as long as you get what you're supposed to get finished.
Well, the boys are supposed to help with the dresser tonight, and
well, it's a little late tonight. It's probably
they're going to be coming back. You know that.
anyway. So yeah. And he'll be here hopefully here in the next week
Daily
or so.
streams,
Yep.
recorded episodes on. I'm thinking I'm going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday record episode thing. So, because Tuesdays is usually busy for me. Thursdays, kind of laid back, but I'll still stream. So.
Yeah. So expect a lot more content.
Definitely a
coming
lot.
to his channel.
And heck, vacation vlogs maybe in July.
We're trying to decide what we're doing possibly for vacation.
Vacation, birthday. I mean,
actually, we're gonna have to sit down and talk about that because it's a lot.
if we do what I want to do.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff we're trying to decide about vacation this year. We're off the second week, I think, right after the 4th of July.
Yeah, that would be like second week.
Me and the wife are both off, and we're trying to decide what we're doing or what we're not doing and whatnot. So yeah, he's gonna be doing more content, more daily stuff, more curated stuff.
If you guys were around since, well, the podcast wasn't even started last summer. It started like the fall, towards December. But if you guys have watched some of my daily streams from last summer, you come and watch the podcast or listen to it. Basically, daily streams just like it was last summer and fall, and basically until I get in trouble again.
Yep. And part of his problem was his grades.
Which, hey, I passed. They're up.
Yeah. It was coming.
It was a celebration.
it was coming down to the last moment for him to
It always does.
to get get his grades up, and it shouldn't be. Let's get that straight. It should not be.
But hey, I always pull out in the end.
Don't make me backhand you. It's really just don't make me do it on stream. God, sorry. We've had a bunch of teenagers over at the house for the past day and a half, hanging out
days.
and whatnot, and you can imagine
summer.
that their minds go straight to the gutter. It's been bad. But
I
anyway,
love
so yeah, but that's kind of the life update at this moment. Like I said, expect a whole lot more content coming in.
Can you scoot off that way a little bit so I can shimmy my way further in.
Shimmy,
Shimmy, shimmy.
shimmy, 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 shake, shake. Anyway,
You know I don't know that.
we celebrated Cydia's 38th birthday.
Woo!
Yeah,
Wait, where's the soundboard? We need a soundboard up.
I know.
We
I
need
got
a soundboard that just has celebration time. Come on.
No, because it's copyrighted. Can't do that.
What, those like 4 lines?
Well, yeah. I mean,
4
just,
lyrics? I mean,
and part of that.
Okay.
Well, and actually going back to the E3 stuff, that's part of the reason why we're not doing anything with the E3 stuff is because every one of those got copyright dinged last year. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Every one of them did because of the music, because of the content. It just.
Even though we muted like half of it.
Yeah, I mean the background. It was literally background. You couldn't hardly hear it if you were actually watching us. It was
now
barely
it's
audible.
literally just like the first 2 minutes they check for copyright stuff, and then it's like, okay, you're good.
Yeah, I wish that was true. And with the crap that's been going down with YouTube here lately, it's.
No, wait, that's monetization.
Yeah.
Copyright is the whole thing.
Well, copyright deals with monetization. Basically, even if my channel was monetizable necessarily in the respect of I would earn money, those videos would not earn money for me. I'm not to that point yet. I'm not big enough. I want to try to do some more content on that channel, but
I mean, I'm hoping that, of course, this Twitch channel and everything I'm doing on YouTube would help.
Let's hope to build the audience and it'll bring people.
I mean, last summer, holy crap, 100.
Yeah,
I broke 80 quick within a month, and then I just rose up.
Yeah, you were doing pretty well there for a while, and legitimately so. He's gonna be playing a variety of games once he gets. We've got
I mean,
so
I
much
got
stuff to play.
PlayStation. I got PlayStation to finish out playing stuff on. I got the Xbox. I need to catch up on stuff. I got PC on Steam and Epic Games, and
Yeah, we've got.
oh my god, I got so much stuff to play.
Oh.
I'm gonna be busy.
In the time frame that which we've been off, I did get the Elgato replaced, and they upgraded it to the 4K Elgato.
Oh, they did. Sweet.
So, not that we really have anything.
And heck, maybe we might do like you, me, and Sidious doing couch gaming and whatnot.
We could possibly.
We could definitely do that.
Yeah, we could possibly do it.
Just shooting out ideas. I mean,
yeah, we got to work on the lighting though. That was the biggest problem with the Hot Ones episode. If anybody watches
the lighting and the audio.
Yeah, the audio was pretty good. The audio.
Yeah, but we're gonna want mics that besides these will actually catch our voices if we're far away, or kind of like mics that go on the shirt.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
But they work easy.
But anyway,
you know what I mean.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, we're gonna have a lot of content coming here very, very soon, and so be wary.
This channel is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Monday nights is gonna be this.
Monday nights will be this, and we stream this at around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We try to stay in that time frame.
On Mondays, and you can find us live on twitch.tv/SpiderArea713 on most major podcast services as well. And then, like I said, we will be posting to YouTube now as a regular thing. So, all right, moving on. Two things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Apple WWDC thing. Specifically, I want to talk about the Mac Pro. Everything else,
I'm like
garbage.
That's your topics. I do not know anything about this.
And then we're gonna talk about the Xbox E3, kind of a breakdown of things that we saw, things that we wanted to talk about.
There was actually a good bit there.
There was a lot on the Xbox, and that was one of the reasons why this is the only one that's
over
made
60 games.
They talked about it some way, some form. Talked about 60 games.
60 games. What was it? 32 world premieres, was it? Or was that 16?
It was something ridiculous. But so let's crack in to talking about it. So biggest announcement that everybody's been talking about with the WWDC event for Apple was the announcement of the new Mac Pro. Now, for anybody that's not familiar, Apple, it seems like every 10 years, and that's the sad part. It literally seems like every 8 to 10 years, they finally upgrade their Mac Pro. The Mac Pro is basically their cream of the crop, top of the line, or supposed to be, desktop PC. And this is a legit desktop. It's not one built with a monitor or anything like that. This is a legit, desktop PC. The last version we got, which got referred to as the trash can PC, because it looked like a little trash can. I mean, it was like, it was tall, and it was round, and it was black. It looked like a trash can. This one is being referred to as the cheese grater because it's got holes all over it, and it's silver. Very reminiscent of some of the last generation PowerPC cases, and I think you know what those look like, the silver ones.
PowerPC, like they're. Are you talking about the ones that had straight up handles on them or whatnot, and
it was like the G5 iMac.
If you pull up a picture, I probably know what it looks like. Oh, I probably know what it is if you pull up a picture. Oh my God, those.
So it's that style.
Yeah, I recognize that style because that was the style of my first computer.
Okay.
If you remember that.
There's
That's the trash can.
You know what? Hold on. Let me.
What, you want to put this up on
screen? If we're going to do this, we might as well do this on screen. Okay. So, this is... This is the what I would call the kind of the essence of what
transition.
Oh, transition. Sorry.
There.
This is essentially for those now watching. So this is what I'm talking about. This was the G5 desktop, silver, very reminiscent of the top, what Mac did back in the day. And then this was the last version that we got.
That really just looks like a trash can.
It does look like a trash can. And this is what we're getting.
And that is a cheese grater.
It looks like a cheese grater.
No, it doesn't look. It is. What? Okay. Apple, I love your phones. I mean, really. But are you trying to make kitchenware?
It does look like.
What's next? What is it? Are they going to make a smart fridge next? I mean,
Hey, you never know.
Samsung yeah, I think they have like a smart fridge, Samsung.
They do.
And it doesn't look that bad.
So and like I said, for anybody that's on the audio podcast, you're just gonna have to unfortunately look it up. But yeah, look G5 Mac, you'll see what it used to look like, and then if you do a Google image search for Mac Pro, there's even pictures of the last version and the new one side by side.
If you look up 2019 Apple Mac Pro versus 2013 Mac Pro, you'll get a good picture of both.
Yeah. Here's the part that's driving everybody nuts. Okay. So the idea of the Mac Pro is for the professional. It is for the video editor. It is for the designer, the graphics, that type of thing. Okay?
Yeah, that's what Apple has been known to do well.
Yeah, supposed to be top of the cream of the crop. So you have a choice between an 8 to 28 core Xeon processor. Woohoo. It has ECC 6-channel memory, which is not unheard of in the PC market, but it's something that consumer PC has moved away from for the most part. However, if you get the base model with 8 cores, you get 32 gigs of RAM. That's in 4-channel memory mode, not 6. You can get up to 1.5 terabytes of desktop memory, and that's a total of 64 gigabyte memory. Now, ECC is error correcting, and here's the thing: in a server environment, there's a good reason to have ECC. It helps deal with errors in memory modes when it's transferring data between devices inside the system. However, in a consumer desktop, it is pretty much unnecessary. It is really should only be used for servers. It's not that it can't be used for desktops, but there's no reason that a consumer product should have it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming
All right,
from with that.
so there are 3 graphics processing options. There is a Radeon Pro Vega 2 Duo, basically like a dual card, Radeon Pro Vega 2, and a Radeon Pro 58. You have up to 4 terabytes of SSD storage. It comes in the form of 256, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte.
Okay, so
The monitor is sold separately.
what the?
Okay, and we're gonna get to that monitor. Let me tell you, that monitor, that's another joke. $6,000 for the base model. Yeah.
Apple, come on, let's get real for a second here. What main consumer, like your daily person, will want to spend $6,000
And that's for the desktop.
on a desktop computer?
That's not the monitor. Okay.
I mean, how much did yours cost to build?
It's hard to quantify, but I would say my machine, if I had to build one completely from scratch, would be somewhere between, I would say, $1,200 and $1,700.
Okay, $1,700 max.
And let me tell you,
we'll say for your machine.
one of the top PC builders, you could build a ridiculous multi-core. We're talking about an 8-core system, which is like basically what I have. I have 8-core 16-thread AMD processor. So we're talking PC consumer grade level of. I have 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, like I said,
I have what, 16?
You have 16.
Nah, I still do good.
Yeah, $6,000. The top spec, if you order the absolute top spec of everything, it's $35,000.
And I bet you most of that is them just going Apple.
It is. It really is.
It's that stamp of saying it came from Apple.
Now, part of the reason the price has to do with the Xeon processors. Those, especially like that 28 core, like I think the 28 core is like $5,000 or $6,000 by itself.
Okay, here's the question: is it a good processor? Like, is it worth the money?
In reality, there are better processors.
Okay, better processors for less,
and especially
money.
when you get down into that 8 to 16 core, there are plenty of consumer grade $1,000 processors. I think even the 8 core version of that Xeon is $2,000 or $3,000. I think is what I saw in one article.
But still, okay, way better processors for way less. They have ECC memory memory correcting,
and like
that is not used in the day-to-day.
It's really
consumer
not in a consumer
build.
situation. It's really not used. It's a
You
waste
have-
of money.
I mean, granted, 1.5 terabytes of memory, that would be awesome to have.
I mean, if you were doing like the thing is, if you were doing serious like 3D rendering, like
Yeah, I can see that.
there's where maybe some of that, but there's a PC relevant version of that would have been way cheaper than what they were offering.
And I mean, mine costs I think less than yours.
Yeah. Yours is way
And I mean, we have two really good computers. And
you got to realize we're talking gaming computer versus
editing computer.
right. This is purely a editing machine. This is a graphics.
And I
3D
understand
rendering
that's
machine.
what Apple does best.
But there if you take equivalent consumer grade hardware, you can build just as much of a machine for less than that.
Yeah, and that's where I'm getting at here. Our machines could probably outdo that.
I don't know necessarily they could outdo that, but in certain circumstances, I think they would be better. All right, so now talking
That's
about
my low rant on Apple.
yeah, talking about because you're paying the Apple tax. That's
really what it is.
That's what it is.
It's just the name.
It's paying the
Most
Apple
of the
tax.
stuff is just names.
So on top of that, Apple announced a new 6K display. Okay, it's 32 inches. 6K at 6016 by 3384. It's kind of a weird resolution. It's $5,000.
What the?
So take in consideration if you bought the lowest end Mac Pro at $6,000, like $59.99, you're spending almost as much money on the monitor as you do the whole PC. Now, if you want the stand for that monitor,
You're spending an extra $1,000.
it's $1,000 freaking dollars.
What, Apple? What are you doing? I mean, seriously, probably big corporations who, like game creators and big corporations, will pay the money to get what they want.
I am totally. It's totally frustrating to me too. I am totally thinking that they built this to shut people up, because all he ever heard was, when's the next Mac Pro? When's the next Mac Pro? Every year, it's always about when's the next.
God, we have Windows.
It's like, when is the everyone wants to know when that next Mac Pro is coming out, and they were relentless in a lot of reviews whenever they do the WWDC event, which is their version of a conference or whatever. It's normally a developer conference, but they also talk some of the new hardware, and I think they built this A, because they can, and B, because they know this thing's going to probably sell so few models. They're going to come back and go, when everybody goes, well, where's the next Mac Pro? When's the next Mac Pro? And and Apple's going to go, we did it and you didn't buy it. Well, no wonder you didn't buy it, because you marked it up 5,000%. Well, probably not that much, but you get my drift. I mean,
you're paying a stupid amount of money for something that you're probably not going to use full potential of.
No, not really.
I mean, like I just said, thank God we have Windows.
Find somebody who's experiencing the Hackintosh and build you a Hackintosh. That's
Macintosh.
No, Hackintosh. That's where somebody takes PC grade hardware, they fool the Mac OS into thinking that it's a legit Mac system, and then it literally runs like a Mac, running regular everyday off the shelf PC hardware. Because to be honest, a regular Mac anymore is regular PC hardware. It's got that little code in it that tells it that this is legit hardware. That's what it is, and there are ways of bypassing it. So we're gonna move on to the Xbox E3 conference.
I was about to say I can't handle any more Apple.
Yeah,
That just drove me insane. Give me something that makes me happy. Come on.
an apple a day does not keep the doctor away.
No, it keeps them. It gets them closer because of how much stress you have.
Yeah. We're gonna do this a little out of order from the event.
Yeah, because the first thing we're going to be talking about came at the very end.
It's the two things that came at the very end.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that you put that at the.
Yeah. And then everything else will be roughly in order. But the big announcements, the next Xbox console.
Yeah, I know a few people have been asking. Kind of like what you just said with Apple, have been asking when's the next console coming out. PlayStation somewhat announced their next console. They're giving out the specs and all that. Xbox is right there with them.
Yeah, recently while we've kind of been in a little bit of a hiatus, there's been some official announcements talking about the next version of the PlayStation console. Nothing about when it's coming out or whatever, but just a little bit about the hardware and about how. And it's hilarious because what Xbox said and what PlayStation said are very similar to each other.
What they have in them?
Well, not necessarily what they have in them, but they talk about the loading times and they talk about how fast it's going to be and how more powerful it's going to be. The thing is, this is the same freaking hardware. One might go, because this is what they did with the last version of the hardware. One up the graphics megahertz, and the other one up, push the CPU a little higher on the clocks.
Yeah.
So it really, but they always say, "Oh, it's a custom chip." Well, they're both using the same damn chip. They're just tuned a certain way for them. But both of them have talked about reduced load times. They both talk about using the newest AMD Zen and Navi, which is their kind of the onboard graphics, if you will, technology. Now, Xbox says specifically it's going to be 4 times more performance than the Xbox One X, which I think is a pretty bold statement. We'll see. Obviously,
you and me haven't used the X at all, so that's definitely going to...
Well, the problem is the Xbox One X, while technically it does game in 4K, it does it in very...
different ways.
And not necessarily 60 FPS. That being the other part of the problem. They did say that they're going to use GDDR6 memory, which is way, way faster than what we're currently using. This is the kind of memory we're seeing in more of the newest versions of graphics cards. They also talk about using the SSD, which they've said it will have an SSD. PlayStation's announced that it's going to be the same deal. They're also going to have an SSD in theirs. But Xbox says they're going to use the SSD partly as a RAM drive, which is an interesting concept. That's something that I remember back in the day, kind of the other way around, where you'd use memory sort of as a RAM drive because desktop memory was cheaper than hard drive space. So you would use it to make things faster and whatnot, and now we're kind of going the other way around. But they announced a date. They said...
Well, they announced a time frame.
Well, time frame, pretty much a date. It's going to be somewhere between late September and the end of November.
Yeah, it's going to be the holiday season, and the name for this is Project Scarlet. And now, if you think back, we had Project Scorpio, which was the Xbox One X. That took 2-3 years to come to full and go, we're done. We have it here for you. It's coming out in stores later this week.
He said holiday, but it's holiday 2020.
It's holiday 2020.
You only said holiday, so you didn't say 2020.
Sorry. Yeah, it's holiday 2020, but it took them... They just now announced this on, yesterday? Or today?
Sunday or Saturday, one of the two.
But
I don't
still, they
remember.
just announced it, and they're predicting it for a year and a half from now.
Yep, a little over a year out. So obviously by next E3 we'll get to see probably the actual console.
The prototype and go, this is what we have. When we're going to let you guys test it out here.
Yeah, and the other thing that they're claiming up to 120 FPS with up to 8K. I think that's a. Frankly, if they can
they can show us I can do it.
If they can do 4K 60 FPS, great. If they can do 1080p at 120, even better. Or if they can do 4K at 120, great. That would be awesome. Not that a whole lot of TVs do the 4K at 120. It's a real new thing right now.
Yeah, but still having something that could pump out that, quality.
Right, and it will certainly push the market. But here's my thing. When they talk about 4K and 8K and these high refresh rates, you gotta realize to do 4K high refresh rate, 120 plus, in the PC market, it's taking $2,000 to $3,000 PCs to do it. Like to really properly do it, it really takes like a dual graphics card. You can do it with a 2080 Ti, but I can't say that you can maintain above 100 FPS. Most of them will run a solid 90 plus. You popped your shoulder, didn't you?
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to. I just reached out this way and
yeah,
and there goes again.
Sucks getting old.
Oh, I'm not old. My knees are.
Your knees are. Don't get me started on that. So yeah,
they're called $200 and something thousand old.
Yeah, tell me about it. So yeah, but yeah, we got the official announcement. Obviously, we're gonna hear more coming over the course of the
That
next
was one
year.
of the bigger announcements, and they actually took a good bit of time to go through all that.
Yeah, and they, the other thing is they announced that Halo Infinite will launch alongside the next Xbox console. I was a little concerned at first until I made sure to read up. It is still going to be available for regular Xbox and PC.
It's just launching with
It's
Project
launching
Scarlet.
Right. It's going to be available as a launch title, available on the Xbox, whatever the next Xbox.
Everything else that we're going to be talking about tonight is coming either this year or early next year.
Yep, it'll be for current gen. There was an announcement for the Outer Worlds. That's coming in October 25th of this year.
Which, if you think about it, that they're putting that in between, kind of like the first-person shooter war going on between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Because October is usually their time.
Yeah, end of October, 1st November. You're right.
That's their time.
That is it. It's going to be.
So they're jumping in and going, you know what? Big games are selling during this season. Let's push it out.
And interesting enough, it looks somewhere between. We described it between a Fallout and a BioShock. Is kind of what it looked
more like BioShock Infinite. It had more of that art style than the other BioShocks.
Yeah. The only thing that was kind of disappointing, they showed a little bit of kind of a rendered gameplay, but I don't know that it was. That it didn't say that it was in gameplay. So I don't know that we've actually got to see true gameplay on that one.
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge was another one, and I the way I marked this was Blah Overwatch clone. That's what it looked like.
It's like Bleeding Edge was what you and me heard from the Kind of Funny crew earlier. It was a melee Overwatch. How Overwatch is mainly far range shooter and that style of gameplay. This is going to be up close, in your face, fast action. Overwatch.
And it's
That's
gonna be,
what it looks
gonna be
like.
4-on-4. So
yeah,
like I said, kind of blah for me. Not really exciting. Minecraft
Dungeons. You and me are big Minecraft people. We absolutely love Minecraft. And this one is no exception. We are looking at this, and it looks basically how you and me both described it was a Minecraft Diablo, and it's coming in spring of 2020. And you can customize characters, all of that. 4-player local and online co-op. I'm kind of hoping, because you, me, and Sidious were talking about
it's
this.
Going to be our next. I think it's going to be our next group game to play.
Oh yeah,
for next year.
next year, definitely. But definitely, this is going to be one that if there's PvP in it, because of how big of a thing Minecraft has PvP, there's so many servers that have PvP. I want to see a version of it come in this.
And the
Kind
thing,
of like Diablo has that small arena that you can fight in.
well, the thing is that they mentioned that they say 4-player local and online co-op. If that means that you're going to be able to play locally, like we do when we have I actually run my own little server in house that just a few
Like
friends
a
play
LAN
on.
server. And
Yep, it's just like a LAN server. And if you can do that and then play with mods, PvP server is probably going to be not hard to do.
Yeah, and it's of course it's going to be based off the Minecraft stuff, so definitely mod capable is what I'm saying.
That's what we're hoping, at least.
Yeah, hoping.
But nothing confirmed in that respect. But yeah, we're hoping modding is going to be available. It looks really cool, and we all love Diablo.
They need to announce Diablo 4. That's all I'm saying. This November, BlizzCon, come on, give us it.
I can tell you from what I have seen that was not on the docket.
For this coming up BlizzCon?
We'll talk about...
okay, can we go to where are they based at and smack around a few people?
we'll talk about the Bethesda, about the Google announcements, about a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, that's probably going to be next week.
Yeah, it's going to be next week's podcast. There was just too much to talk about.
Next one on the docket is Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. We're very big Star Wars fans, so we're all excited.
Sadly, I'm not wearing the shirt.
Yeah,
But this one, it gives us a little bit of a timeline, actually, of when it's going to be, because we see Saw Gerrera, and he, of course, died in the beginning of Rogue One, would you say? Beginning, middle? Because the Death Star blew up the planet.
Yeah, it was...
It was the test shot, and it blew up the planet.
Yeah, so Saw Gerrera, we know, died in Rogue One.
And
we know that. Well, we knew based on what the early talks of this game was going to be, this was going to be just a few years after the fall of the Jedi. So this was going to be...
Interceptors are running around.
Kind of like post Clone Wars, early, or before Episode 4. I don't know that we saw full, like, real... This is another one.
It didn't really show gameplay. It was more CGI trailer.
Yeah, I think it was more of a CGI trailer. Still very excited. I'm hoping...
It did not give us a release date, though.
Hoping for more of... And we talked about this. This was...
oh, no. What game did we say it looked like? Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
If anyone who's listening to this has played Force Unleashed... It looks almost exactly like this game. It looks awesome.
It's just a modern version of it.
Yeah.
Graphically, it looked really good. But like I said, we're not 100% sure that what we saw was real gameplay. But certainly very excited to jump into this, and it kind of reminded me it kind of reminded me a little bit of the single player campaign from Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed for the most part. I felt it was a little too... The only problem I had with Battlefront 2's single-player campaign was it was a little, like...
It was short.
It wasn't just... It was short, but it was also a situation where it was like, you shoot and you go here. You shoot and you go here. You shoot and go here. I want a little more, a little more substance there. But I enjoyed the story a whole lot.
Now, see, I think you played both sides of the story, where you play as Ben Solo, or what is his other name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Well, there is a scene where
that's the half. Nope, he has a full half of the campaign. Phoenix Squad is one half.
There's like it's about like 20 minutes.
It's
like 20 minutes, half hour of the game you play as Kylo, but
he still has a good bit. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yep, Cyberpunk 2077. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of interested, but I'm kind of
I just want to see Keanu Reeves more.
Yeah,
Keanu
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. He is playing a character, and he is publicizing the game.
Yep, he's He's definitely.
So we know he's in game market.
Well, I mean, he's hot right now. Obviously, with the John Wick.
Could this push out John Wick X some more? Make people want him in that doing it?
You know, and certainly there's a lot of excitement for Cyberpunk 2077. And like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of interested, but
I want to see more before I absolutely want to say.
And we didn't see real game. We definitely did not see gameplay in this one.
Oh no, actually no, we saw a little bit. But the main part of it was a CGI trailer.
Yeah. Battletoads.
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
They made an announcement last year. It was just a logo last year talking that said,
saying that they were in works trying to get something for it.
They were putting something together. We got to see a little bit of gameplay on this one. They announced that it's going to be a 3-player co-op, which is awesome. And it's a modern side-scroll beat-em-up. If you played the old Battletoads, it's going to be very reminiscent. This is going to be very nostalgic for me. Battletoads was so hard from the original versions, but yeah, if you're a fan, I think this is going to be a great buy. And they announced this particular one is definitely one of the ones that's going to be on Xbox Game Pass. So if you got Xbox Game Pass, a lot of these games that we're rolling through.
I think Gears of War 5 is supposed to be
Gears of War 5
on it at launch. Was Halo Infinite on that list? I can't remember. I think it was.
I can't imagine they're not. Pretty much anything coming from the Microsoft Studios.
Anything exclusive to Xbox. They're almost like throwing it on this going, you need to play this.
Yeah. And then they talked about the Xbox Game Pass. The Ultimate's going to be $14.99 a month. This includes your Xbox Live subscription. And Game Pass, the PC Game Pass will be part of that. And that was a big thing they said. Oh, excuse me. That they were going to bring a lot more PC games. In fact, I need to download the new Xbox app to make sure I'm up to date.
And, well, the PC Game Pass is starting with the Halo Master Chief Collection with Reach.
Yep, and I will tell you, I'm probably going to be streaming that for too long.
Well, you're going to be on your channel.
Well, I don't know if I might stream on your channel when you're not playing. So
yeah, keep the content rolling.
Yeah, just to keep extra content rolling. It makes a little more sense for the two of us to pretty much play on the same, in a way.
Your channel's not doing good, so you jump to mine to get.
I mean, it's. I don't play enough. I don't play enough to stream enough.
Yeah, you don't play enough on yours to actually stream.
Yeah, to stream
so do it from yours to mine.
Makes it very a much better thing.
And you could also have fun if you do keep a schedule that goes like right after mine or something.
Yeah. Now they also announced Microsoft Flight Simulator is back, and fans of that will be very excited. Looked really good. Kind of wondering because they showed you flying in different airplanes, and
they said it was all like 4K satellite image, and
yeah, I mean it looked good from what they showed. But I'm wondering if like
Taco Lover 4049, where's Borderlands Austin? Okay, so we're actually going to get into Borderlands here in a second.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Borderlands. That's actually what I was streaming on your channel last night was Borderlands.
And wait, who? Okay, this person definitely knows me. I want to say it's one of my friends from school.
I bet you it is. Yeah, we're definitely going to get into Borderlands because that was actually discussed. So and then Double Fine, which they announced in the last little Xbox event, that had joined Xbox Studios, and they did an announcement for some stupid game that didn't look really cool, but Lego Skywalker Saga.
Yeah, so this is basically going to be, if you played any of the Lego Star Wars games in the past, it's all going to be remastered. You're going to have Episode 7 game in this, and then 8 and 9 are coming out with their own games, and it's going to be included in this. It's going to be all 9 films where you can play through as Lego.
Yep, it's gonna be the whole series. I'm excited for this because I keep picking this up. It's one of those things I keep buying these things and then I'll play it for a little while and then I'll stop. I think if I have all of it and I play through the whole thing,
well, it was kind of like the Master Chief Collection. You get it, you're gonna want to play through all of it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to play through all of it.
This is definitely gonna be one. If we get it, I'm going to want to stream all of it.
Yeah, this is going to be that'll be a big.
This is going to be like a
Regular
24-hour stream. Go play through it.
So we're excited for that. Gears 5, we got the trailer for Gears 5. We also got an announcement of the date. It's going to be September 10th, 2019. But the sort of trailer that we got was
It was more cat with... Because if you have played Gears 4, at the end there was a twist, and it shows a little bit of that, but it's like a psycho trailer going on.
Yeah, and that's why I put it in the notes, was a psycho trailer. It's the girl whose mom apparently takes over the Horde.
Well, because her grandma was, like, I think with the queen, and then her mom got taken during the raid on their outpost, and
and I think
that was basically the whole game to go get her back.
So
there's a few things coming to this that looks awesome.
Now, if you buy the Ultimate Edition Gears 5, or you have Game Pass Ultimate, you're going to be able to play the game 4 days early, which is pretty awesome. This is another game that is coming if you have Game Pass.
And they did say that they're doing like multiplayer betas and all that throughout like the summer and up until it comes out.
Yeah, I think next month they're going to start the betas. The betas.
And then Gamescom, they have another beta doing there.
Yeah.
Now, they announced a mode for this.
A new Horde mode. It's called Escape. It's kind of, for anybody that's ever played Horde, normally you would have a set area, and then you just have waves of enemies. They would just come at you.
And you have to survive. Yeah. You and your team have to survive up until
5
like
rounds?
30 levels. 30 waves.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah,
beat it.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy.
And increasing difficulty. This, on the other hand, looks like you start in one room, battle through it, get to the safe zone, wait a few seconds, the next wave starts. You have to escape that room.
It's literally going.
You're escaping what, like a neuro-killing toxin that kills everything it touches.
That's the way they sort of showed it in sort of the trailer.
It was a green sort of like toxin.
Yeah, something. I guess it's their way of using a. Like when you're talking about like a Fortnite where they do the wall, it's their version of the wall.
It's basically a storm coming in, and you have to run.
Yeah. So it pushes you into the next area and forces you to fight the next area, and the next area, the next area, next area.
Up until you complete, your whole team dies.
We've had a lot of fun over the years with some of the
Gears of War
now
stuff.
Gears 4. I didn't play any of the multiplayer.
Oh, I played some. I liked it. I played a lot of the Horde mode though, because the Horde's always been my thing.
The Horde mode's always, I think, been our favorite to play with friends because you get a good team together. And
you get a good team, you can do it, but sometimes you just love screwing around in Horde and going, what can I do?
Yeah, sometimes it's like YOLO and Leroy
Jenkins.
They also announced, and I'm still trying to find out exactly what this all completely is. It is the Terminator Dark Fate pack, and I am going to switch over.
Yeah.
Transition. And I'll full screen this.
Yeah.
I have it muted, so there's no audio. So if you want to
we can't get flagged.
Yeah. So if you want to see the whole thing through, just search Dark Fate reveal. This is sort of being done and tied with the newest Terminator movie, because that's the name of the movie. Essentially, it's a skin. It's a skin that, is, if I understand right, for your character. I don't know if this is going to be.
It's going to be a separate character that will basically go, look, I have this, and I can play as him.
Yeah, that's what we don't know. We don't know if this is just a multiplayer skin or if this is like you can actually play. Like, it'd be kind of cool if you could play the whole game this way. Can you imagine playing?
Okay, not the campaign, but like the multiplayer Horde.
But the campaign would be awesome. Think about it. Be a T-800.
Get to the chopper.
So yeah, I'll play the videos here. Basically, you see
a bunch of dead corpses.
It's obviously a very Gears of War, but yeah, a bunch of corpses.
You see the cogs and Lotus, and then you just see a metal foot cross the
yeah. Then you see a T-800 holding
a Lancer.
Yeah,
a red glowing Lancer. And hold on, let it play a little bit more so you can kind of get the full look.
Yeah. So this is totally.
It's a Terminator.
Yeah, it's the Terminator,
but it has a little bit of what looks like a Lotus chest piece, kind of fused onto it.
He is a little more armored than some of
a normal Terminator. He's ready for war, and he's in a war.
Yeah, so he's got for those who are in the audio podcast, essentially what we're looking at is post-apocalyptic, very Terminator-esque
D-Day
video. There's skulls everywhere, and then you see the non-skinned Terminator T-800 holding the Gears of War chainsaw Lancer. Very badass. Like I can tell you, the whole crowd went bonkers when they saw this.
Yeah, we were watching this, and as they were playing it, as it faded out to the audience, there was people up clapping. There was
I got a standing ovation.
People were shouting. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was totally awesome. I'm totally down. Obviously,
this might have to be like the one character pack we buy.
Yeah, it would definitely be. It's one of I don't buy a lot of character packs for a lot of stuff. In fact, Borderlands, I have like almost all the DLC. They have almost none of the special character packs
because it's like customization
and
colors.
It's just a waste of money.
The colors that we want are in game. We can do it. We can find them in game and do it.
Yeah, most of it just doesn't make sense. Like I said, just totally.
Oh, and then it clips to
I actually didn't watch the whole.
Okay, we don't need to watch that on.
But
yeah,
like I said, tied in with the next Terminator movie, very very cool in my book, and I think short of having that in like Fallout or not Fallout,
Fortnite,
Halo.
Can
you imagine playing instead of Master Chief, you're playing as a Terminator?
Or you're fighting Terminators as Master Chief.
Oh, that would be badass.
Instead of Arnold, you're Master Chief.
Microsoft, make that shit happen.
Please.
Yes, please
make that a skull that you can find in the game. Grab it, activate it, and the whole rest of the level is that.
Yeah. Just make all the bad guys
Terminators.
Microsoft,
we're giving you good ideas. Make it happen.
Then we got the new Xbox Elite controller. There's a bunch of updates on
it looks way better than the other one.
Yeah, it's really really cool.
You can actually tell it's an Elite controller now.
Like you can literally adjust the tension on the thumbsticks. You got all kinds of new thumbstick add-on abilities.
Everything else is the same, really. You got, instead of 2 different types of setups that you can have preloaded, you can have 3 now.
Yeah, it's got a 3-way
and the buttons are in the middle
switch. It's got Bluetooth. That was
Bluetooth. Yes, that was a big thing on this one.
So yeah, it definitely really cool, and the Bluetooth comes in handy for us PC users because it makes it very very inexpensive for us to add that as a working controller.
And heck, I think because you and me are looking at this right now on screen, I think the middle button right there, under kind of in the middle of the start and options button,
that
changes the.
So you can have up to 3 pre-programmed.
And of course, you have the paddles on the back.
Yeah, you get the paddles on the back. Excuse me. Not sure what.
Wait, that's a 360
I don't know.
image. Drag left or right on the bottom of that. So we can literally look at like everything there.
They didn't really change the overall look. Like I said, apparently you
can change up like hair trigger, and
the hair triggers are different now. They have more sensitive, so you can really make them like literally hair triggers.
There are definitely more ways to customize this. So,
such as button mapping to voice commands, such as record that takes. Oh, that's cool. So there must be a
and a charging case. What?
Yeah. Apparently, there's a charging system for it now. It's got batteries.
And of course, the case will have your other pieces and.
Yeah, it comes with different paddles and sticks and things like that. Very very cool. Some of these are features that was asked for since the last Elite come out. The grip is supposed to be slightly different.
The last Elite was what, 2-3 years ago?
It's been a couple of years since we've gotten an Elite controller.
Let me just say, I definitely want an Elite controller now. If I didn't want one at first, I want one now.
I'm very tempted. Since we're not getting any new consoles as far as we know this year, I think that might happen.
Sweet. What, you and me both get a Elite controller?
I don't know about both. I will definitely get one.
Hey, give me my controller.
So we also saw Forza Horizon 4 is getting a Lego mode.
And the song they played during the whole thing
was "Everything is Awesome." I feel sorry for the crowd.
I feel sorry for the crowd
because they certainly it's one of those songs that's so stuck in your head whenever you. Yeah, I'm hearing it in my head right now.
I'm hearing it like a Lou. I'm shutting it up with a different song.
Oh my God, it's so horrible. But
I'm playing Dead Giveaway in my head right now.
Now
that song's playing through your head.
Screw you.
That's a run-on joke throughout this household, everybody.
Yeah,
so.
it's an inside joke. Search Dead Giveaway and you'll understand.
It should be like the first video that pops up on YouTube.
It'll be the first video. Then we got.
I didn't really even hear about this one.
Yeah, Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming free to play in 2020.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know a ton about this. This is kind of like an RPG.
All I know is that's an old
online
game and it's coming free to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say much about that, but
Borderlands 3.
So we got a little Borderlands 3 news, which I had already sort of knew because I saw an announcement come across my Facebook from Borderlands talking about how there's a special Borderlands 2 DLC, which is this was the most like unrelenting. Like they've been talking about that. Like there's
it
been
was the least announced thing.
Well, the thing is, it's like we've been hearing about this possibility for weeks now. Like this was not a secret that this was coming. I thought it was BS.
Well, Borderlands has always done the will you get it? Will you not? Will you get it?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Borderlands, and I will openly admit I was not originally a fan of Borderlands. I thought it was stupid when it first came out. And I picked it up on Steam, on a Steam sale, just because, I thought it was something cool to play.
He started playing it.
I started playing it.
My uncle started playing it.
Yeah.
I started playing it. We all love Borderlands now.
Yeah. I
loved it from the get-go.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was quirky. It was obnoxious. We just all fell in love with the game.
It was only obnoxious when we couldn't figure out how to actually do something.
There are places where that's sometimes difficult. But we got the announcement that Borderlands 2 was getting a DLC, which is a lead up to the Borderlands 3. So
which shows how Lilith gets in command.
Well,
isn't it?
It shows how we ended up from where Borderlands 2 ended up until how Chaos basically rules, and kind of how we're.
So hopefully I can get to play that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys play through the? I know you played it last night.
We played a few hours of it.
How long do you think this DLC is?
I don't know. I really don't.
Is it like a straight up storyline?
Yep, it's a straight up. It's like a regular DLC. It is straight up a storyline, and it sets the
tone.
Yeah, sets the
and now
story
see, if
for
only Borderlands could do this every time.
It doesn't necessarily have to, but I think it's cool that they're continuing. There's been a lot of fan want for a regular Borderlands. We did get the pre-sequel, and there was
Handsome Jack, because that was the only thing since
it was
Handsome Jack collection after pre-sequel.
Well, it was pre-sequel, and then we got the Telltale's game.
Yeah,
that was part of the series. So everybody's been hampering for another Borderlands 3.
Reese.
And so we're all excited to get another series. And obviously, like I said, I'm playing the DLC, and we're real excited.
I'm definitely hoping to be able to play that DLC.
Yeah. And another thing that they kind of announced towards the end was the Project X Cloud game streaming service. They also said apparently on the next generation consoles, it basically can be turned into a cloud server, and they've done a version of this sort of already. Because like I can connect to my Xbox and play.
Yeah, I was
the
about to say, I
Xbox game
thought
on
we've
my
always
PC,
done this.
but I think they're gonna expand that.
Oh my god, the game we did it the most with Slime Rancher.
It is strange, but you're right. I think I did play.
No, that was me. Because you wanted the TV. I'm like, but I want to play my game, and it was out there.
Well, and there were a couple of games I think I played that I streamed in here.
Yeah, I think it was
because
Crackdown.
No, Crackdown.
No, you played it on the app.
Yeah, I played. Crackdown I got to play because it was one of the games I was able to do the PC because
Play
I had
anywhere.
the Game Pass. Yeah,
Yeah.
play anywhere.
But still, we've done this before, but they're making it easier to say.
Well, and they, the thing is, they didn't say specifically that to PC. It made it sound like that
Mobile.
that we might be getting to do this
PC
for
anywhere.
other devices. Yeah, they want that, and they say they want you to be able to play Xbox anywhere. So
let's say I'm on a plane. I want to play Xbox games on my phone. Download the Xbox app. Play it on the phone on the plane.
I think that's what they're going for.
Hopefully that is, because that would be awesome.
That would totally be awesome, and
Road trip. I don't care. I got my game.
And we're certainly excited for that. Very, very. I think it was I would give them. I think I agree with Boogie 2988. I give them a solid B plus. I think they did a really awesome job.
Oh, they did.
With the
it
announcements.
was awesome.
They had a lot of stuff they had to cram in the time frame which they played.
Now, there was a lot of games that we did not talk about.
Yeah, there's a ton of a lot of
these were our
small
main
games. Yeah,
headliners that we wanted to see, that we got, and we are interested.
Yep.
For anyone who will come at us about everything else that was.
Yeah, I'm sure there's and like I said, we're hopefully in the next podcast we'll talk Google announcements, the Bethesda, the EA, the Ubisoft, and Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo doesn't do a conference in E3.
They
did one last year.
They're doing they're not doing one at E3, but there is something going on
this week.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's it's on the schedule. But I could be wrong.
It might just be like a panel. It's not going to be a conference.
It's probably just going to be a streamed video. You know how they do the they got a term for it that they call them. It's probably just a video that just shows what's coming. So at least that's what I saw on one website's their list of the dates and times for all these different things. So we'll see what happens. So that's it for the podcast for this week.
Yeah,
we're doing pretty good time wise. I thought that was going to run
short.
No, I thought it was going to run long because
I was looking at everything we still had left, and I saw we were going. We were only 36 minutes in, and then we hit all the Xbox E3, and we're like, okay, we're talking.
Yeah, I knew the Xbox stuff was going to be a lot to talk about. That's also why I think the breakdown of the other ones are going to be much shorter. There's not going to be as much that we're going to be interested in as we are.
I mean, Ubisoft, of course, Assassin's Creed. They always announce that, or their next big game.
Yeah, Bethesda's going to be. I know there's something big with Fallout that we'll talk about. Otherwise,
Square Enix, there probably won't be much for us to talk.
No.
EA, Ubisoft and EA
are going to be kind of hit and miss. Depending on what they're
Nintendo might be interesting, but not much.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be much there either.
Xbox was kind of our big one, and now that PlayStation's not doing one, I truly think E3 is in trouble.
I don't know if E3 is in trouble, but it's changing.
Yeah, but just think if Xbox leaves,
because Xbox is the only one that does it at E3. The rest of them, when they do it, they do it at another
Xbox leaves
location.
E3 is in trouble.
I agree with that.
Because Xbox brings in a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sure. There's a lot of people that come to these conferences.
I saw a video before we started this, and it's just I was going through YouTube. The first one that popped up on my list was, is E3 in trouble? And I'm like, that might be an interesting topic.
Yeah, it's one of those things that their dynamic and their model certainly going to have to change, but that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm Travis. You can find me at MyDunLife on Instagram and Twitter.
And this is time for my shameless plugs. My name's Austin. You can find me at SpiderArray713 on Twitter, Spider's Nest 713 on Instagram, and My Life is Austin on YouTube.
Yep, and we stream Mondays typically between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's always kind of fluid a little bit. And we'll be posting coming now pretty much that we're gonna start posting on YouTube after the live show. You can also find us on most major podcast services: Anchor, Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. And feel free to join us live and feel free to ask questions and get our opinion on topics. We're happy to have those discussions. I know
Definitely join us in Twitch and talk to us in the comments.
Yep, our audience may be small but mighty, and be on the lookout for those who subscribe to his channel. There will be more content coming. He will be getting his streaming privileges back. Like I said, a couple more things he's got to do, and then we'll get his PC back together.
Hopefully that can be done tomorrow and early in the morning. Well, tonight, early in the morning tomorrow, and then hopefully by Wednesday I should be able to fully get back.
Let's say by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, by the end of the week, I should be back on track, doing videos and streaming
content. So, thank you for everybody watching. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace out, everybody.
Transition.
Wait, were you recording that?
What?
You weren't recording.
Wait. Oh, I wasn't recording.